it's Guy Hutchinson. Welcome to Pointless Nostalgia. I'm super excited about this video. I want to give a shout out right off the bat to Jake Martin 8115 who left a comment asking me to cover this. So this is another Charlie McCarthy game. I wanted to cover this one. A while ago, a few months back, I covered a Charlie McCarthy game. It was the least popular video on this channel. So I went back and covered another Charlie McCarthy game, which is now the second least popular video on this channel. And so here we go, third time's a charm. I know it's going to work this time. Charlie McCarthy, I guess forgotten to so many people today, was the most famous ventriloquist dummy that ever lived. Older brother of Candice Bergen. If you ever see the Muppet movie, when they cut to the judges in the contest where Miss Piggy is running for like Miss Swamp, whatever, in the middle of Iowa. It's Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy. Charlie McCarthy also did appear on the Muppet Show. He was great, and he was a star on radio, and he was sponsored by Chasin' Sandborn Coffee, which you could get for 10 cents. Chasin' Sandborn Coffee. I'm going to put up an ad here. You may have seen this. Didn't age so well. Chasin' Sandborn Coffee. The ads were a little sexist, but back then you get 2 pounds of coffee, you'd get 10 cents off, and it was the freshest can of coffee you could buy. And if you bought enough Chasin' Sandborn Coffee, the sponsors of the Charlie McCarthy Edgar Bergen Show, you would get an envelope in the mail like this. Now I want you to take a gander at this envelope. This says right up here, Chasin' Sandborn, and has their address. It says postage is paid, and it went out to a gentleman, what was his name? Mr. Roger Nilsson of Iona, Michigan, or Iona, Wisconsin? Michigan? Yeah, Michigan. This was back before they abbreviated states in any kind of way that made sense, so they just put the first few letters. Anyway, that's what they did back then, and this envelope came in the mail to this man in the 1930s, and this had the game in it. This was something you sent a bunch of like proof of purchases to get, and so I've got the game in the original envelope. This is the envelope from the 30s. Here's the crazy thing. This is one of the oldest games I have. It's one of the rarest games I have, and it's worth the least money of, I mean, it's towards the bottom. Some of my games are worth like 12 cents, but this is towards the bottom. You could definitely get one of these for 20 bucks on eBay right now. It is the Charlie McCarthy Radio Party game. All right, I got my spiffy reading glasses. If you've wondered why I wear ridiculous colored reading glasses, I lost all my reading glasses for the longest time, and so my wife said, I'm gonna buy you some bright colored ones so you don't lose them, and I still lose them. All right, Charlie McCarthy Radio Party. This is the rule sheet. It says how to get games. And so this is the instructions if you wanted to take your coffee can and get yourself some. All right, you have to send 2 Chasin' Sandborn dated package fronts or sales slips. So I don't know what the front would be on this. So a sales slip is what you want. And 10 cents. You need to send 10 cents to Chasin' Sandborn. They were on Lexington Avenue in New York City. This offer expires November 30th of 1938. So probably they're not going to, if you send it in now, they're not going to. All right. Charlie McCarthy's Radio Party. This is my favorite of the Charlie McCarthy games. Directions and rules for playing. This game consists of 21 figures. This is instruction number 1. We're going to look at these 21 figures, then we'll get to instruction 2. This game consists of 21 figures, 1 of Charlie McCarthy and 4 each of Edgar Bergen. Don Amici.
And that was a fake, right?
We paid $35,000 for it.
Dorothy Lamour, Nelson Eddy, and Roger Armbruster, also a spinner, which determines the play. So let's take a look at those items. I've got these all sealed up in little packages. Again, the rarity of things doesn't always convey the price of them because, man, I got this thing for a song. All right, so you got your 1 Charlie McCarthy figure. It's just a piece of cardboard, just a old piece of cardboard with Charlie printed on it. And now we've got the rest of our bunch. This is Roger Armbruster. There he is. Well, hello. Guy doesn't remember who I played on the radio show. No, I don't. You've got here Edgar Bergen. So this is, hey, Charlie, I'm going to talk and my lips are going to move while you move your lips. All right, this is Nelson. I think Nelson was like the young guy. I think he was the guy who would sing. He'd be, la, 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 la. And so there's a bunch of him. And then Don Amici. It's old Don Amici. If you remember the 80s, he was the old guy in the 80s. And then, oh my God, what a dish. Dorothy Lamour. You got your Dorothy Lamour figures. I keep them in a little baggie so they stay protected. And then, here we go. Here's our spinner. Look at this thing. Look at this. Here's fun for everyone, both young and old. Charlie McCarthy's Radio Party. And you would spin your spinner. You could take one anywhere. You could take one from the player on the right. One what? We'll have to find out. You could spin again. It says on red, and you can see there's red and yellow. On red, you would make the play indicated, then spin again. On yellow, you make the play indicated, and then the other player spins. The winner is the player who first gets one of each piece, including Charlie. So there's only one Charlie, or gets all of the pieces, 20 without Charlie. Oh, so there is a way to win without getting Charlie. All right, so that is all the pieces. That's what came in the envelope. Let's read instruction number 2. The game is won by the player who first secures each of the figures, no duplicates, including Charlie, or all the figures without Charlie McCarthy. Sounds like that's impossible. To start, the figures are arranged in individual groups face up on the table. Players spin. The one getting the highest number starts the game. Okay, so you spin, and as you can see, there's numbers at the very top all around the spinner. You spin the spinner. The figures are placed face up, and you would take one. And you could get one that way. That all makes sense. In making an exchange, the player must exchange his figure for a different figure. The figure of Charlie McCarthy is moved only when specified by the pointer. And then at the bottom it says copyright 1938 by, and I don't know what this is, Standard Brands Incorporated. I wonder if, are they the people who made us Chase and Sandborn coffee? Let's see. I do not see. I see a seal brand. Oh, look. Standard Brands Incorporated. That was them, man. That was them. This is, they have instructions here, by the way, if you want to percolate your coffee. All right. So, it says here at the bottom, the Charlie McCarthy radio game is fascinating. They're letting you know right off the bat you're playing a fascinating game. It requires a certain amount of skill in playing. While the object is to secure a full set of figures, the player should constantly maneuver his plays so that he will prevent his opponents from securing a complete set. You know, women weren't allowed to play this, as you can see in the Jason Sandborn ad. All right. Well, that is it. Let's take another look at these, especially Charlie McCarthy. Look at that. This is a fun game. I like this one. If I had somebody over and they were like, hey, I'd like to play an old game from the 30s, this is probably the one I would bring out. Hope you enjoyed seeing this video. Hope you enjoyed all the videos. Make sure share this channel with a friend. Also like, subscribe, and everything else. And right now, a box is going to pop up right here. I'm going to point at it with my silly glasses. Another box over here. You could choose either one. I'm in both of them. And guess what? They're both Charlie McCarthy videos that no one else likes. So if you got this far into the video, you got to click one. I'll see you next time.